What is going on, you guys? This is Era Cuts for the Win, and it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while since I've done one of these. This is going to be my review for A Way Out. This game came out on Friday, March 25th, I believe? 23rd. Way off. It was the 23rd. I played it that night and the next night, beat it the next night with my friend Shar. Shout out to Shar. This is a co-op experience, and honestly, going into this game, I just thought of it as that. Just something fun to pick up, play with a friend, and that was pretty much it. I didn't think of, much else. My expectations for this game was very mild, and I just thought it was going to be pretty much just escaping prison. That's all I really thought about this game. But after playing this game and having this co-op experience, I came away with so much more. I came away with a great story, great action, cool set pieces, and I honestly felt like this game was like a love letter to action movies. Movies that I love and, grew up on. Movies like True Lies and Speed and Face Off. Those kinds of movies back then were just full of action. It had some comedy moments at times and maybe even some corny moments, but they were good corny, and I felt like this game kind of had that, where things were kind of predictable or just felt like cliche or something, but it didn't feel like a bad thing. Like it just made sense. It was just really entertaining. It felt like an action movie. And not only was this game reminding me of action movies, and there's one in particular, I'm not going to say what it is because it kind of spoils what happens in the game, I think. But when you see it, you'll know. You'll know what movie it is. But not only did it remind me of movies, but also other games like Uncharted. You're going to see a lot of similarities to Uncharted when it comes to like the gunplay. I don't think that's a spoiler. I hope it's not. But yeah, there's moments where there's like crazy action going on, kind of exaggerated at times, because you know how Uncharted is. They got these big set pieces and craziness going on, and you just think, oh, that's ridiculous, but it's awesome. And that's kind of what happens in this game. There's some ridiculous moments. They even put it in slow motion at times. You're just like, no way is that going to happen. But you don't think that because it's just so awesome and you're enjoying every second. And that happens in this game. When it comes to the gunplay, I kind of felt like it was kind of like a watered down Uncharted, because obviously you don't have like the ropes to swing and things like that. But for what it was, it worked okay, and it was decent. It wasn't it wasn't as like fluid as say an Uncharted, but it did have kind of similar gameplay, and it's not really a bad thing. Like I said, there's like crazy ridiculous moments. The slow motion moments were always cool, and it never got old. This game is only like 5.5 hours, and it's crazy because in that short time, it summed up this really good story and had all these action moments and character development. I was really honestly pleasantly surprised. Like, damn, the characters, they really got in depth with these characters, not only about them themselves, but also their backstory and their families. And so that in turn got Shar and I invested in these characters, so much to the point where we kind of took them on as ourselves. Like, there was times where I would tell Shar, like, oh, why'd you have to do that? Or something in the story happens with my character and she would give me a hard time or make fun of me or something like that. We would tease each other as if that was really us doing it. And of course, we don't mean that literally, like, oh, that's us, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, you kind of take on that persona, like that's our characters, and it was just a good time. Not only experiencing the dialogue between those two characters and the dynamics between them, we also got to experience our own dynamics between each other. And I just felt like that was something that just is like a cherry on top. It's like something that comes extra. It added to the experience. And so I'm sure I speak for Shar when I say like she had a good time. We both just really enjoyed ourselves. We found ourselves laughing a lot, just kind of, really invested in what was going on. And that's always a good thing. Right? I don't care what game it is. If you can get invested in the characters and the story, and it's actually a good story, and you want to see what happens next, that's a good game in my book. And, that's something to be acknowledged. So I really wanted to focus on the story in this review and just tell you guys, like, it's legit a good story. And like I said, it's kind of like a love letter to old action movies, but it still feels new, and it's like new but familiar. And to me, that's a good thing. Not only do you have all this action going on and this story and progression and everything, there's also mini games in this game, which I didn't expect. I didn't even know that was a part of this, but there's parts in the game where you can kind of reflect and kind of take a breather. And as you're doing so, and you're kind of just looking around and waiting for the next, progression of the game, there's mini games. There's an arcade at one point. There's Connect 4, which was awesome and amazing. There is arm wrestling, there's darts, baseball. That's just to name a few. And that was probably one of the highlights when it comes to our playthrough, just finding those, going up against each other. And we won our share. I know she kicked my butt in arm wrestling, but I kicked her butt in the arcade. So who's the real gamer? Nah, but we had a good time just with those alone. Like, just that was a huge highlight, and I'm sure everybody playing this game could say the same. It was just something extra to kind of throw in there, and it wasn't shoehorned or anything. It made sense. It was just there. It's like you could play it if you want, and if not, you don't play it. It was just sort of there. And so that was fun. That was something that I did not expect, for sure, to be in the game, to have these little mini games, and it kind of gives you a moment with your co-op partner to just kind of chill out and just have fun within fun. It's like games within games, but they're very enjoyable. So that was really awesome. Let's see, what else could I talk about? I'm not sure if I mentioned the split screen yet. The split screen is there even if you play online, because you do have to see your partner's point of view at certain times. I don't want to give anything away, but there's times where you need to see what they're seeing, because what they're seeing might see you, and you don't want that to happen. Things like that. And also when it comes to timing movements, if you're opening the same door or things like that, you will see it on both screens at times, but it kind of adds to it. I think it works really well. I thought it was going to be weird or kind of awkward, or distracting, but the split screen actually works really well. And like I said, it's needed for those certain moments where you do need to see what they're seeing, and vice versa. As far as negatives go, the only thing I really got for you guys is that there are some glitchy moments in this game. It's not to the point where it makes it unplayable or anything like that, but they are there. They are kind of funny or whatever, but I don't know if they're going to fix them or what. It doesn't break the game, like I said, but still, I have to mention it. There are some glitchy moments. And the funny thing is that when I watched other people play this game, they had their own set of glitchy moments. It was completely different from ours. So yeah, the game can be glitchy. I think that just has to do with it being split screen and co-op, and sometimes things just kind of act funky, but like I said, it doesn't break the game, but they are there. Another negative that could happen for some people is that they don't have a friend to play with, and because of that, they won't be able to play the game, because there's no matchmaking in this game. You can't just hop online and look for a random to play with. It doesn't work that way. You have to invite somebody. And there is local co-op, so you can play split screen just the same for couch co-op. But online, yeah, you're kind of screwed if you don't have that friend to play with. So that could be a huge negative, because I feel like everybody should experience this game. It's a really good time, and so I feel like these people, if they don't have that person to play with, they're really kind of missing out, and that's a negative. However, to kind of make up for it, at least in my opinion, and this is some kudos that I want to give to the developers, because they deserve it. You only need one copy to play this game with a friend, which is awesome. I mean, why can't this happen more often? I really hope it does. I hope this becomes a trend. But really, all you have to do is buy the game, right? One of you buys it, then the other person can get invited to play that game, and what happens is they're sent to the store to download a demo. But it's not really just a demo, it's the full game. So those two players are able to play off one copy, and I just think that's so awesome, and I really hope it happens more often. Not just that, but games like this, I really hope happen more often, because it was a really good time, and I could see, this kind of co-op happening for different genres, and I just think that would be awesome. So that's my hope. I hope this becomes a trend. So far, I've enjoyed Brothers and this game. I do enjoy these co-op games. This is definitely right up my alley, and this one did not disappoint. A Way Out, like I said, it exceeded my expectations, and the story was good, the action was good, and my experience playing with my co-op partner was really awesome. So I want to give this game a 9 out of 10, just for fun factor. I mean, fun factor is definitely a 9 or a 10 on this game. But as far as the game overall, I still think it could get a 9, because I'm going to take off a point for the glitches, and maybe the fact that, you know, it doesn't have the online matchmaking. Oh, and then there's the combat, the gunplay. Like I said before, it's kind of like a watered down Uncharted. I feel like it could be more fluid, it could be more polished, maybe a little more to it. It's very basic, but it works, so it's not broken or anything, but I think it could be better. So I'll go ahead and take off another 0.5 for that, just because I'm being nitpicky now. Let's just go ahead and give it an overall score of 8.5. I think that's a fair score for a game of this genre, and you know what it delivers. I thought it brought something new to the table, and it was a really good experience. I really enjoyed my time with A Way Out, and highly recommend it to everyone. That's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about A Way Out. Have you played it yet? Are you planning on playing it? Let me know in the comment section, you guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.
Yeah, get tripped up. Trip.
Come closer. Let me card you up.
Here. Take that colander, or whatever that is. Here. The pot to the face.